Have you ever wondered why? Despite meticulous showering habits, a persistent, subtle odor might still linger, especially as we mature. We often focus on the obvious: our arms, underarms, feet, and private parts. But what if I told you that 99% of people overlook 5 secret spots on their bodies that are the real culprits behind that so-called senior odor? If you're watching this video, comment "I'm here right now." We're about to reveal the hidden truth about body odor and how to conquer it. Too many wonderful individuals mistakenly attribute this change in scent to just getting older. But the reality is, a few neglected nooks and crannies are often the primary source. In this video, we're diving deep into 5 of these commonly forgotten zones: the sneaky, hidden areas that trap moisture, dead skin cells, and bacteria, transforming into odor factories over time. By the end of our time together, you'll possess the knowledge to identify and cleanse these areas gently yet effectively, ensuring your natural scent remains fresh and neutral, not causing any embarrassment. You've dedicated your life to taking care of yourself, and you deserve to feel clean, confident, and respected at every age. Stick with me until the very end, because chances are, one of these areas is being skipped in your daily routine. And it might be the very reason why others are noticing something you can't quite detect yourself. Let's get started. 1. Let's begin with a region that demands our attention, but is often overlooked: the groin area and the inner thigh crease. This is undeniably one of the most intimate and sensitive parts of our bodies, yet it frequently suffers from neglect when it comes to thorough cleaning. Consider the crease where your thigh meets your torso. This area is inherently warm, often moist due to sweat, and typically covered tightly by clothing throughout the day. This creates an ideal breeding ground for bacteria, sweat, and the accumulation of dead skin cells. As we advance in years, the skin in this region tends to become thinner and more delicate, but it also becomes more prone to sagging and developing folds, which unfortunately trap even more moisture. Many adults diligently cleanse their underarms and private parts, but they often miss the crucial crease around the groin itself, particularly that hidden fold where your inner thigh connects with the base of your pelvis. Picture this. Meet Helen, a vibrant 78-year-old woman from sunny Florida who has always taken immense pride in her appearance. She meticulously chooses her outfits, ensures her hair is perfectly styled, and never leaves her house without a touch of her favorite perfume. However, lately, she's been bothered by a faint, slightly sour scent that seems to appear by the end of the day. It wasn't her breath, nor her feet, but something she couldn't quite pinpoint. During a recent checkup with her doctor, he gently inquired if she was thoroughly washing around the inner thigh crease. Helen was taken aback. She had always assumed that a quick rinse in the shower was sufficient. But over time, the combination of perspiration, shed skin cells, and body heat had created an invisible buildup right within that hidden fold, leading to the noticeable odor. The skin in this area is indeed delicate and can be easily irritated, especially as we age. However, this is precisely why it requires more attention, not less, given its proximity to oil and sweat glands, not to mention the constant friction from walking or sitting. This area is a prime spot for odor-causing bacteria to multiply rapidly. In some instances, neglecting this area can even lead to uncomfortable rashes or fungal infections. The good news is that effectively cleaning this area doesn't necessitate harsh scrubbing. Simply use a soft washcloth or your hand along with a mild soap and warm water. Gently cleanse the crease where your leg meets your torso, and crucially, remember to rinse the area thoroughly afterward. Pat the area completely dry, especially before getting dressed. If you find yourself prone to sweating or irritation in this region, consider using a talc-free powder or a gentle, moisture-absorbing cream to help keep the area dry and comfortable throughout the day. So, if you've never truly focused on this particular part of your body before, now is the opportune moment to start. It's not merely about eliminating odor. It's about practicing self-care with dignity, showing respect for your own body, and ensuring you feel clean and confident every single time you step out of your home. Remember, the smallest areas can often have the most significant impact, particularly those that are seldom discussed. If you're finding this information helpful, comment inner thigh below. 2. Now, let's shift our focus to a seemingly insignificant part of our anatomy that can harbor a surprising amount of grime: the belly button and the navel crease. This tiny indentation, especially the inward or deep kind, acts like a hidden pocket where lint, sweat, natural oils, and dead skin cells accumulate day after day. As we get older, our skin naturally loses some of its elasticity and tone, which can lead to the development of deeper creases around the abdomen, providing even more nooks and crannies for bacteria and moisture to hide. Unlike the more exposed areas of our skin that get rinsed by water flowing over them during a shower, the belly button remains somewhat tucked away and often doesn't receive direct attention. You might be astonished to learn just how many individuals diligently bathe every day yet still carry a subtle odor simply because this tiny cavity hasn't been properly cleaned in weeks. Sometimes, a dark, waxy buildup can even form inside, hardening over time. This accumulation not only produces an unpleasant smell, but can also become a breeding ground for yeast or minor infections. Furthermore, if your stomach sags even slightly, a completely natural occurrence with age, the fold of skin right beneath the navel can trap sweat and moisture, particularly in warmer weather or under the pressure of elastic waistbands. This creates an ideal environment for odor to flourish. Consider the experience of Angela, a meticulous 73-year-old from sunny California, who was always diligent about her personal hygiene, but couldn't understand why she kept noticing a peculiar, slightly sour smell by the middle of the day. She would meticulously check her clothes, her armpits, even her feet, but nothing seemed to explain the odor. Until one day, during a routine medical examination, her doctor discovered a mild fungal rash nestled just beneath her navel. The skin was slightly pink, damp, and a little irritated, all stemming from a simple oversight: consistently skipping over that area while showering. Angela was quite surprised. Like many, she had always assumed that the water alone would rinse it clean. However, water alone is often not enough. The belly button and the crease underneath it require gentle washing. Use a finger or a soft cloth with mild soap and warm water to carefully cleanse the area. Make sure to pat it completely dry afterward. If needed, you can apply a small amount of talc-free powder or a gentle drying spray to help prevent moisture buildup. If your mobility is limited, or if you find it difficult to reach this area comfortably, don't hesitate to ask for assistance. There's absolutely no shame in seeking help with personal hygiene when needed. When this seemingly small area is neglected, the odor it produces can linger with you throughout the entire day, even if you're wearing freshly laundered clothes. It's one of the most common reasons why older adults might carry a scent that others notice, even when everything else appears clean. Don't underestimate this little spot. Giving it the attention it deserves can make a significant difference in how fresh and confident you feel each day. If you're still with me and finding these insights valuable, please comment navel crease below to let me know you're engaged. I believe you're enjoying this video and finding these tips incredibly helpful. Before we continue uncovering more hidden odor hotspots, make sure you take a moment to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you're finding it informative, and share it with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge. Your support allows us to continue creating valuable content for you. Comment wonderful if you're enjoying this video so far. Now, let's move on to our next often forgotten area. 3. This time, we're going to talk about the ear folds and behind the ears. You might not immediately think of your ears as a potential hiding place for odor, but for many older adults, this area becomes a surprising source of unwanted smells. The intricate folds of your outer ear, especially the area nestled right behind them, are like tiny ledges where sweat, natural oils, and dead skin cells can quietly accumulate. These folds tend to become more pronounced with age, particularly in individuals who wear glasses or hearing aids, as these accessories can create pressure and trap more moisture behind the ears. The area behind the ears is also where our skin naturally produces a higher concentration of oils known as sebum. When this sebum mixes with sweat and bacteria, it can create a greasy film that can have a musty or even sour odor. The truth is, most people inadvertently skip cleaning behind their ears during their regular shower routine. They might wash their face, neck, and even their hair thoroughly, but that small zone right at the base of the ear and extending down to the jawline often gets overlooked entirely. If you've ever absent-mindedly rubbed your finger behind your ear after a long day and caught a whiff of something slightly unpleasant, you know precisely what I'm referring to. Let's consider the experience of Victor, a distinguished 77-year-old retired professor from the state of Texas. Victor always prided himself on maintaining a clean and sharp appearance. He shaved meticulously, wore impeccably pressed clothes, and never left his home without a splash of his signature cologne. However, his granddaughter once innocently asked him why he smelled different when she gave him a hug. Initially, Victor was a little hurt, but then he started meticulously reviewing his entire hygiene routine. Eventually, during a routine visit to his barber, the barber casually mentioned some flaky buildup he noticed behind Victor's ears. That was the revelation. Victor hadn't consciously cleaned that specific area in months. He had simply assumed it stayed clean on its own. But the reality is, this zone is a significant odor hotspot, especially for individuals who wear hearing aids, as these devices can restrict airflow and cause extra perspiration behind the ear. It's absolutely crucial to keep this area clean and dry. Let's also not forget about earrings or other jewelry that some people wear regularly. These items can also trap grime and moisture, especially if they are worn daily. Furthermore, the area behind the ear is one of the warmest spots on your body, meaning bacteria can thrive there if it's not cleaned regularly. The solution is quite simple. During your shower, take a moment to gently scrub behind your ears using a soapy washcloth or even just your fingertips. Make sure to dry the area carefully afterward. This simple step only takes a few seconds, but can effectively eliminate one of the most common, yet often overlooked sources of what is sometimes referred to as senior odor. If you wear a hearing aid that covers this area, be sure to clean both your ear and the hearing aid device itself regularly. Remember, when people detect an unusual scent during a hug or while sitting next to you, it often originates from right there, hidden in plain sight. Cleaning behind your ears might seem like a minor detail, but it's these small, often neglected actions that can make the biggest difference in how others perceive your presence. Keep it fresh, and your presence will be more pleasant and confident wherever you go. If you've ever overlooked this area, comment behind ears below. 4. Moving on, let's address one of the most frequently neglected areas when it comes to senior hygiene: toenails and the skin beneath them. As we age, bending down and reaching our feet can become more challenging than it used to be, especially if you experience conditions like arthritis, back stiffness, or balance issues. Consequently, many older adults unintentionally skip over proper foot care. But here's the crucial point. Toenails are a magnet for odor-causing buildup. Dead skin cells, sweat, and even tiny particles of sock lint can easily become trapped beneath the nail. Add in some moisture, and you've created the perfect environment for bacteria and fungus to flourish. The result: a strong, sometimes sour smell that can linger no matter how clean the rest of your body might be. I recall the story of Jasper, an energetic 84-year-old gentleman from New York who took immense pride in his daily showers and always dressed impeccably. However, his daughter noticed that whenever she assisted him with his shoes, a distinct, unpleasant odor would fill the room. Jasper was puzzled, as he bathed every single day. When they eventually visited a podiatrist, the source of the problem became clear. Jasper's toenails hadn't been properly cleaned beneath the surface in months. The skin underneath them was discolored, soft, and emitting a noticeable odor that wasn't coming from his socks or shoes, but directly from his nails themselves. Over time, this kind of buildup doesn't just smell unpleasant. It can also become a significant health risk. Bacteria and fungus can lead to infections, and if left untreated, these issues can potentially affect circulation and healing, particularly in seniors who have diabetes or vascular problems. Even if your feet appear perfectly fine on the outside, don't automatically assume they are clean beneath the nails. When we walk, our feet naturally perspire, and that moisture can easily get trapped between the toes and underneath the nails. Because our toenails tend to thicken as we age, it can become even more difficult to spot what's going on underneath. Fungal growth can sometimes occur without causing any pain initially, and often, the odor is the first warning sign before itching or discoloration even becomes apparent. The good news is that you don't need to be a contortionist to keep your feet clean. Incorporate a simple step into your routine. Use a soft bristled toothbrush or a dedicated nail brush once or twice a week to gently scrub around and under your toenails. If you find it difficult to reach your feet comfortably, don't hesitate to ask for help from a trusted family member or consider seeing a foot care specialist. Additionally, make sure to dry your feet thoroughly, paying particular attention to the areas between your toes after every shower. And don't overlook the importance of your footwear. If you wear the same pair of shoes every day without allowing them to air out properly, odor can build up within the shoes and then transfer back to your feet. Rotate your shoes whenever possible. Consider using foot powder or sprays if necessary, and wash your socks thoroughly, preferably with hot water, to effectively kill bacteria. Our feet carry us through life, and how we care for them reflects not just our hygiene habits, but also our respect for our own comfort and overall well-being. Clean, healthy feet not only smell better, but also help prevent slips and infections, which can become more dangerous as we age. So, the next time you step into the shower, give your feet the attention they truly deserve, because that lingering smell you've been noticing might very well be originating from below. If you're nodding along and realizing you might be overlooking this, comment under toenails below. 5. Finally, let's discuss one more area that almost nobody talks about, but plays a significant role in overall body odor as we get older. The folds behind your knees. That soft, crease skin on the back of your legs is something that most people either wash very quickly or completely miss during their shower routine. But here's the truth. It's a warm, often enclosed spot where sweat, bacteria, and even leftover soap residue can easily hide. And when these elements build up, they can create an unpleasant smell that lingers long after you've dried off and gotten dressed. Think about how your body works when you sit in a chair for extended periods, especially with your knees bent. The skin behind your knees stays compressed, leading to less air circulation, increased moisture, and a perfect little pocket for odor-causing bacteria to thrive. Add in things like lotions or powders that might not get fully wiped away, and you've got a recipe for both discomfort and noticeable odor. For many seniors, mobility issues or joint pain can make it difficult to reach back there comfortably during a shower. Some individuals might avoid bending because they fear falling, while others simply assume that a quick rinse is sufficient. However, over time, a quick rinse won't effectively remove the accumulated grime and bacteria trapped within those folds. I remember a conversation with Helen, a vibrant 75-year-old woman from Illinois, who confided that while she felt clean after showering, she often noticed a musty smell when she was changing clothes. She had tried switching detergents, washing her towels more frequently, and even started using deodorant on her feet, thinking that might be the source of the odor. But during a routine checkup, her nurse gently pointed out that the skin on the back of her knees appeared slightly discolored and felt damp to the touch. Helen hadn't been washing that area thoroughly, and over time, the buildup had led to the noticeable odor and even some mild skin irritation. Once Helen started gently scrubbing behind her knees with a soft washcloth during her showers and ensuring she patted them completely dry afterward. The smell vanished entirely within just a few days. This particular part of your body doesn't require harsh scrubbing. A warm washcloth and a small amount of mild soap during your regular shower routine can work wonders. The key is consistency. Make it a regular habit, and always be sure to dry the area fully. Remember, moisture is the enemy when it comes to preventing body odor. Even if your shower is brief, you can always do a quick seated wash, using a damp towel or bathing wipes if reaching becomes too challenging. There are also long-handled scrubbers specifically designed for seniors that can make cleaning those hard-to-reach areas safer and easier. Making these small adjustments can go a long way in helping you feel more confident, clean, and fresh throughout the day. Remember, body odor doesn't typically originate from just one obvious place. It's usually a combination of these small, often overlooked areas that, when combined, create a noticeable scent. That's precisely why being mindful of hidden zones like the back of your knees can make all the difference. You deserve to feel completely comfortable in your own skin, and no one should have to worry about unpleasant odors when it can be addressed with something as simple as an extra few seconds of focused care. So, take a moment tomorrow morning during your shower to consciously reach for those spots that are easy to miss, because sometimes the smallest details can have the biggest impact on how you feel and how others perceive you. If you've never given much thought to this area, comment knee folds below. Now that we've uncovered these 5 hidden spots that are often forgotten in our hygiene routines, take a moment to reflect on your own daily habits. Are there any of these areas that you might have been missing without even realizing it? Most of us don't intentionally overlook these places. Life gets busy, habits form, and sometimes we simply assume that a quick shower covers everything adequately. But the reality is that these small blind spots in our personal hygiene, especially as we get older, can have a more significant impact than we might think. The good news is that once you're aware of these potential problem areas, you can easily address them. Taking good care of yourself is about more than just looking clean. It's about feeling confident, maintaining your health, and honoring your body with the attention it deserves. These often hidden areas, whether it's behind your ears or under your feet, all contribute to how fresh you feel on a day-to-day basis. And when you make a conscious effort to address them in your hygiene routine, you'll not only smell better, but also move through the world with greater ease and self-assurance. It's truly never too late to fine-tune the way you care for yourself. These small, thoughtful actions are an integral part of aging with grace and dignity. So, the next time you're in the shower, remember this. The difference between feeling truly fresh and feeling a bit frustrated by a lingering odor could be as simple as one extra wipe in those often forgotten zones. Thank you so much for joining us today. We would absolutely love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video today, and how you plan to incorporate it into your daily routine. Your thoughts and experiences are incredibly valuable to us, so please don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with great motivation and encouragement to continue creating content that you find helpful and informative. If you enjoyed this video and found the information valuable, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share it with your friends and family who might also benefit from this information. Your support truly helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Before you go, don't forget to check out some of our other interesting videos on the channel. We have a wealth of information on various topics related to health, wellness, and aging gracefully. You might just find your next favorite video waiting for you.